Okay, John, so this is just a quick reminder of that song we were working on, Don't Know Why. You start in normal tuning, the E, A, D, G, B, E tuning, and I usually put the capo on the 4th fret for this song because it seems to fit my voice pretty well. I think it's the same key as the record has it in too. And just put the capo on hard enough so that none of the strings will buzz, but not so hard that you're kind of pulling them into a sharp tuning. All right, so if you recall, it sort of goes. It starts out with this, and so those chords are. I looked up the names. G major 7th, and so you got your first finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So that gives you the G major 7th, and I usually just kind of pluck it with my thumb on the bass string and then my 3 fingers plugging up here on the top 3 strings, something like that, but you can play it however you want. You can just strum it. And then the next chord is just a G7th, and you do that just by sliding your 1st finger down to the 1st fret of the 1st string, that high E string, and leave the others where they were. So it goes. Okay, so that's from a G major 7th to a G7th. And then the next chord, I believe, is, let's see, what is it? It's a C major 7th. And this I just play by putting my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, the D string, and then my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, which is the A string. And you can strum any of the top 5 strings on that. And then for the next chord, which I think is a B augmented, you just slide the same shape down 1 fret so that your 2nd finger is on the 1st fret of the 4th string and your 3rd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. This one you can strum any of the middle 4 strings. Don't strum the high E or the low E. So those in a row again are the G major 7th, G 7th, C major 7th, and B augmented. So it's waited till I saw the sun. And then from there you go to an E minor 7th. I'll just run you through that last little bit. So it's waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. And so the Don't Know Why I Didn't Come starts on an E minor 7th. So to get to that, I do it with my index finger, 2nd fret of the 5th string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then my little finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. I don't know if you can see that on the video. And you can actually play any of the strings on that. So that's E minor 7th, and then I go to an A 7th, which is just like an A missing the middle string. So I use usually my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and just play any of the top 5 strings. And then the last chord is a D7 sus4, and so that gets the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then I usually use my 4th finger, my pinky, on the 3rd fret of that 1st string, the high E. Kind of sounds like that. A D7th would just be sort of an inverted D. We have an upside down triangle, but you end up moving up 1 fret on that high E string, and that gives you that sus4 sound, D7 sus4, and then it resolves to a G. And so just leave your pinky anchored on that 3rd fret, pull your 1st finger over to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So all those in a row again is G major 7th, G 7th, then we've got C major 7th, then we've got B augmented, E minor 7th, A 7th, then D7 sus4, and then to G. So it goes, waited till I saw the sun. the second verse is exactly the same. Left you by the house of fun. Don't know why I didn't come. And then repeat that. Don't know why I didn't come. And then you got another verse in there. When I saw the break of day, so on and so on. And then you get to sort of a bridge, which is my heart is drenched in wine. And that starts back on the E minor 7th. I won't describe how to play that again since I already did that, but that's sort of that E minor shape with the pinky down here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So my heart is, and then A7, drenched in, and then you go to a D this time. You know how to make a D. And then after you play the D, you can kind of walk it down by I put my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then play the 5th string open, and then finish on D7th, which is sort of an upside down D, where the triangle's upside down, where you got your index up here, and then these two around it. So, my heart is drenched in wine. I did it wrong. Heart is drenched in wine. Can't play it right for you. And on the D7th, and then you do the second part of that. Exactly the same, E minor 7th, but you'll be A7th on my mind. Go back to the D and then walk it down again. Hey, Blythe. And then end back on D this time instead of D7th. And then you go back to the verses again, which I find it easy again if you just kind of pivot your hand so the heel of your hand just runs into the neck there, then you can easily get into position for that G major 7th, G 7th, C major 7th, D augmented, E minor 7th, A 7th, D 7 sus 4, and then G. And then again, the hardest stretch in wine goes E minor 7th, A 7th, D, and then you do that again. Julie on my mind forever. And again, the first time through that, my heart is drenched in wine, and then end on D7th, and then the second time, but you'll be on my to the D, and then walk it down, and this time end on the D. And that's the whole song. It ends with 3 times through, don't know why I didn't come. So, the last verse is, let's see. Something has to make you run. Don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. Don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. With Dancing Stylings by Blythe there. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully that'll help. And I'll send you the lyrics over by email too. See you later.